with you what came through when I read a Pleiadian soul's Akashic Records, which was part of her soul lineage reading. So some souls can arrive on earth carrying this real strong power of fire, and when a soul that has that energy of fire, I know they've come here to disrupt, to demolish, and to crack open what is no longer working. And they're the type of people that really refuse to pretend otherwise. And I actually wrote about one of those souls very recently. It was actually a Syrian canine warrior. And I'll drop the link underneath so you can have a listen to that one as well. But with this Pleiadian one, this soul was actually very, very different. She came in carrying something so much quieter, something that in many ways actually takes more courage than the sword. She came in with this real strong energy of the ability to stay. And what I was being shown, what was channeling through the records, was someone that could sit with someone in their darkest hour, like dark night of the soul, be with them and not even flinch, not even fix them, and not even help them in a way towards healing and resolution, but someone that could just hold somebody and stay and bear witness. She was an amazing soul that could absolutely create an amazing safe space so that that person that she was bearing witness to, going through their dark night of the soul, she could hold them in that space so they could traverse that darkness back into the light. And when I first opened her records, that was the energy that was coming through. And I also felt this amazing warmth to her soul. And I knew that she had had this frequency over multiple lifetimes, that she had been tending to other people's souls for a very long time. So when I read her first soul of origin, it traced back to the Pleiades, and she was part of one of the 7 sisters. And within that incarnation, she was part of the healing temples and the mystery schools, but very connected to the divine feminine. And she was a Pleiadian soul that was the keeper of hearts. She was one that could really understand. And her bones, deep down, she knew that healing wasn't about just healing the mind alone. She could be with someone that was working through the deepest wounds, and wounds that basically were lasting lifetimes. And she could really work with people in the with the emotional body. And she could be with somebody where love was very much lost. Even she was great at facilitating grief that was never allowed to complete itself, and where the soul was contracted and stuck in pain. And she could help these souls and help them create permission to be able to feel again. And she carried these amazing codes, what I call, she was part of like the Pleiadian order, so very much part of the healing temples and guardians. And these temples, if I could put it into modern day language, it was like where souls would go and go into some form of like rehabilitation. And these temples and these souls, they're not passive healers. They are ones that could hold people at their deepest, darkest hour, but also at their breaking point. And they were ones who would stay when anyone else left. And they knew naturally how to hold a soul that was very fractured. They just knew how to hold them. I want to another way that they showed me with this was the vision of nurses in like World War One, World War Two, like the Red Cross nurses, you know, like the field medics that were out in the tents and the fields, and they were tending to like the wounded soldiers, but they weren't necessarily wounded through cuts and bruises. They were wounded from an emotional wounding, like post-traumatic stress disorder. And she was the type of soul that would sit in the middle of the night with a wounded soldier that was crying out in distress, and she would sit there and hold their hands and say, "Tell me, I'm not going anywhere. I am going to be with you as you traverse this pain." And that was her frequency, and that had always been her frequency. That was what coded in. And when I started to read her Pleiadian order life, she very much had the soul archetypes of the guardian, the seer, and the mother. And they weren't three separate independent archetypes. They were actually facets altogether, coming from the same love and devotion. You know, the soul who could protect, the one who could see what others couldn't see, and one who could hold. And then I got moved on to her first earthly incarnation, and it was a Mayan lifetime, and I was actually given a date, so it was 3421 BCE. I don't always pick up on dates, but this time they did show me a date. And in this Mayan lifetime, it was long before any pyramids, before any cities. It was very much nature and earth, and she was a shamanic healer in that lifetime. And it wasn't about, you know, big dramatic ceremonies. It was a very subtle life. She came from a village with others, but she was the shaman that everyone turned to when, say, like the child wouldn't stop crying, or a grief-stricken husband that perhaps hadn't eaten in days, or an elder that was preparing to die and needed someone to sit vigil with them. She was the one that everybody went to. And she had a natural affinity with plants, with earth, with sound. But most importantly, the biggest lesson and the frequency that was coming through with that lifetime was that she had real presence. And everyone loved and trusted her. You know, she wasn't the one that had the most powerful healing gifts and, you know, magic and spell work, but they trusted her because she had this beautiful gift of, when you were with her, you felt seen, not judged, not rushed, just beautifully witnessed and seen. And that was her true magic and medicine. And that lifetime was a very happy lifetime. It was very much community, village, people. The lifetime was very warm, but it also laid down beautiful foundational codes that she also still carries today. Community, friendship, loyalty, and trust. So we're really starting to build an overview of what her soul energy and frequency is, right? Then I got moved on to a next significant lifetime, and this time it was actually quite a different tone. So I was shown ancient Peru, and approximately again 2001 BCE, and this time we were in a stone city, very much being built out of the earth, the desert, and very much more of a structured world and more hierarchy. very much law and order, right or wrong. I would have said personally a little bit more on the masculine side, but where the Mayan lifetime was warm and grounded and community, very much nature and herbs, this one was very different. This lifetime she was actually an oracle, a seer, but also she lived very dedicated, very structured, very precise, but also very solitary. And in this lifetime, this soul, she had ascended in her role, in her recognition, and also her psychic abilities, her refinement of her sight was amazing. She could see what was coming way long before it arrived. She could look at someone, she could look at a soul and know exactly what that soul was carrying without a word ever being spoken. But the solitude was the cost of that elevation. She was an oracle that was revered, but also set apart. And in that lifetime, she paid the price of her gifts in loneliness. And the soul arc between those two lifetimes is everything. In the Mayan lifetime, very much open heart, grounded, connected, warm. And in the Peruvian, mind elevated, clear-sighted and alone. Even, you could say, quite cold. But in this lifetime, this incarnation, she carries it all. She carries the warmth of the shaman and the sight of the oracle, the open heart and the clear eye. She is one that feels very, very deeply, but also is very intuitive. And the important thing for her in this lifetime to master is to allow those two things to work together in harmony, which they do. And when she's living in her full presence and purpose, she becomes something remarkable. Now, the wound, the records kept me going back and returning to. There's a longing and a searching in her field, and it's been there across multiple lifetimes. And it's got this energy of reaching for something, or even reaching for someone. Perhaps a love that had been lost before it was even completed. And I kept getting the energy of a child and a connection that was severed long before either soul was ever ready. And from her Pleiadian origin, she carried the wound of urgency, the feeling that time is running out and that she must hurry, and that she will be too late for something she cannot name. And it created a particular kind of restlessness deep in her soul. And also there was this energy of a real sense of perpetual incompleteness, even with a full life. So you could say this longing, this emptiness. And this is what the Akashic guides relayed back to me, that the searching was never the problem, the direction of it was. The answers you've been looking for across multiple lifetimes is not out there. It's not in your next project, it's not in your next healing or the next person, but it's within you. The part of you that was lost, the one you've been reaching for, is waiting to be chosen by you in this lifetime. And that is what the record guides wanted me to relay back to her. And then I looked into what laws is she, what spiritual laws is she connected to, and what came through was the law of grace, and she's mastered it. mastered it completely, because she is a soul who has learned across many lifetimes, many incarnations, how to release what cannot be held and how to let go without losing herself in the letting go. And what she's here to master in this lifetime is actually the law of attraction, which for her means learning to receive as fluently as she gives, to stop being the one who holds everyone else's field and finally allow her own to be held, to move from perpetual giving into the deep magnetic stillness of someone who trusts that what is hers will come to her. And she did not need to keep searching for it. She needs to stop running long enough for it to actually find her. And then we looked at her mission. So her incarnation in this lifetime is that she is a crystal soul, and crystal souls are not always the disruptors. They're not always here to crack open structures. She is amazing at creating a safe container for others to crack open inside. In practical terms, in modern day language, her gifts placed in her in this lifetime is that she can hold space for people going through dark emotional dark night of the soul without being consumed by it. She would be amazing at helping people work through grief, rage, shame, PTSD, addictions. She'd be great at counselling, healing, a therapist. She just has a natural gift for working with people going through their deepest, darkest hour. And she was doing that in the Pleiadian healing temples. She was doing it as the Red Cross nurse with the soldiers in the ancient battlefields. You know, not necessarily tending to their physical wounds, but sitting beside them and helping them talk through their feelings and emotions. She'd been doing this work for lifetimes. And her sole purpose is to move into this type of healing and modality work. Whether she's doing that paid or whether she's doing it volunteering. You know, you could even explain her very much like, you know, Lady Diana, when she used to go round and sit with the children that were sick in the hospitals. But the records pointed specifically to work that involved emotional trauma, grief processing, dark night of the soul, facilitation and holding space for people after, you know, like grief, loss, bereavement, etc. But the beauty of what she has is that presence. So even just sitting next to someone in a hospital bed was healing them. That is her natural gift. That's part of her mission. And sometimes these missions can actually be rarer than you even know. And the message that was channeled through to her was, you've been holding the field for others long before this Earth planet existed. You've sat beside people dying, grieving, the broken, the lost. You've been placed in healing temples. You've been placed in jungles and stone pyramids and oracles. And you've been part of other human incarnations, and you've given your love and your presence as a gift so many times that you perhaps have forgotten it's your turn now. And in this lifetime, the invitation is not to stop giving, it's to give from fullness instead of depletion, to be your own loving presence yourself first, not as an indulgence, but as beautiful sacred responsibility, because the world needs what you carry. The world needs your codes, and it needs you to still be standing when it asks for it. And part of her crystal soul, she does not need to be anything other than what she is already. She just simply needs to trust that what she has is enough. And when I share readings like this one, I hear the same response from people. They recognise themselves in these stories. And if you're feeling that, listening to this Pleiadian lifetime, that's recognition, okay? It's not a coincidence. Your soul is leading you towards more wisdom and knowledge. And if something in this reading has stirred you, you felt the warmth of it, the recognition, your records also have something to show you too. So a soul lineage reports takes your specific soul of origin, important lifetimes, wounds, gifts, mission, archetypes, laws, and traces the thread all the way back to where you began. And it's the most precious personal thing I actually offer. And for the right soul, it changes your life.